International School Darts Tournament season. SVKM Super Strikers versus Greenlawns. Super Strikers versus Warriors. It would be Hiral on strike, Viral on the non-striking end, and Mithil Joshi to start the proceedings from the highway end. Very important match for these teams. Most of the teams have their one or two matches done and dusted. Remember, 7 teams. That is the first blood being drawn. What a shot to start off the day. Straight hit down the ground for a boundary. The mid-on was slightly wideish over there, and that's the reason he could capitulate on that and get those first 4 runs. But that's how you play your power play. No point just wasting those deliveries. If there are field restrictions, if there are opportunities to score, why not exploit them? He gets a boundary of the very first ball, Hiral. Hiral, Viral, and Mithil Joshi, the 3 guys on show right now. He goes for it again. A shot which will be the setback of Hiral. Boundary and a wicket. The wicket on which we are playing is the wicket actually which will offer you a little more bounce than the other 2 wickets which are there. The wicket left towards it is slightly low. It remains low and little slow. On the right, it's a batting paradise where you can bat quite well. But the middle wicket which you are playing on offers you a bit more of bounce. And also it's a place where you can play a lot of shots. Also, if the bowlers bend their back, they're going to get something out of it. The new ball doing the trick. Mithil Joshi's ball gets his man. A big appeal. He scored right in front of the wickets. He said there was an edge. Umpire will have nothing of it. 2 balls, 2 wickets. Greenlawns are in a spot of bother, to say the least. Oh, that was bowled with little less pace, and that was an edge. You can't be fooling the umpire. He has sharp ears and very, very good eyes. Bowled it a little slow, held it little back, and just little movement to get another wicket. 3 wickets in the first over. The super strikers have struck gold in the very first over. They got not one, not two, but three. But all three different formats. They got one which was caught on point, another one which was LBW, the third one caught behind. So 3 wickets of three different varieties, I would say. It is it is noon on this Sunday, and they have made this Sunday account. So Hiral, Sahil, and Viral all are back into the hut. Hiral got a boundary of the first ball, got out of the second ball. After that, it was the new man who came in, who got out on the first ball, that was Sahil. And in the last ball of the first over, it was the other opener who gave away his wicket, and he could only just face one ball. So two golden ducks, a boundary, and a wicket in that first over. That's beautifully turned away. What a good shot that is. That's a gift after Diwali, and he gleefully accepted it. That would be racing, in fact, trickling down for a wonderful boundary. You may have lost a lot of wickets. You may be slightly behind. Your team may be down. But every time you get opportunities to hit back, you should be hitting back. And that was nicely timed. Effortless hitting. Not much power, not much strength in it. Just pure timing and good placement. So that boundary will help the scoring. The score moves on to 10. That's outside the off stump. That has to be the first extra of the innings. The score moves on to 11 now. 11 for 3. In the first over, it read like a football score where it was 4-3. It was Manchester United versus Chelsea, Argentina versus Brazil. At one point of time, then it became 6-3. 6 number of runs scored and 3 number of wicket. So it is 11 for 3 now. The best part is the Greenlawns are going for it. That's always good to see. You may be 3 wickets down, the opposition may be right on top, but do not try to budge back. Try and be aggressive, show some intent, and give it back to the opposition. That's how you should be. English team has been the world champion in T20 and one day cricket. The best part about the batting, maybe a 5 or 6 years down the line, was Owen Morgan. He was the one who started with it. Even if they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wickets, he asked them to go on hitting them. He asked them to keep on going. That's what is more important. The momentum also has to be decided. What the strategy is going to be. Moeen Ali, Adil Rashid, everyone contributed. Even Ian Plunkett at the beginning. So this car, the strategy is applied. That's outside off stump. Yes, that's a right call. Another wide. The umpires were put to work at the very first over. They were supposed to give some close decisions. Umpire Raju, he was into that firing line. LBW then caught behind. They're taking their time, trying to play on the batsman's mind, even trying to get things absolutely right. Now that's beautifully carved. That's going to race away. No one's going to stop this one. This will. Oh, in fact, there's a fielder over there. I beg your pardon. There are two fielders. Just got blindsided because I just thought there are two fielders. One at the third man, the another one at sweeper cover. The third man is slightly wideish over there. So a couple of runs would add to the total. He's shown some good intent, this guy. And he's going for it. That's the best part. No point hanging back and allowing the opposition to just ride over them. It's always good to have some competitive spirit in. Well, that's flash. That is wonderful work by the fielder at covers. Short extra covers, both of them in tandem, saving a certain boundary over there. Once you get wickets, the fielding becomes sharp. 14 runs for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of this over. Well, that's beautifully done off the back foot. Straight to the fielder. Mithal Joshi struck gold, 3 wickets in an over. It's like getting your salary, getting your incentive, and also getting a promotion in the same month. Everything put together, 3 wickets in an over. He's just slowing down at times, just slowing down the pace, trying to mix up the pace, and he's trying to hit that area where the ball is doing some mischief over there. These two guys have looked cool, they have looked collected, and they have tried to get things in control now. SVKM Super Strikers struck gold, but Greenlawn Warriors, just as their name suggests, have to fight back. They need to bat like warriors over here. This is a situation which demands some attritional batting. What a shot this is. This is how you hit back. Straight as an arrow, as they say. Went like a trace of bullet. Ravi Shastri's famous words. Every commentator contributes something to it. And when you talk about Australia, they say it's all happening over here. Then we had the one who is to make things larger than life, Tony Gregg. We had the smoothest of voices of Richie Beno. Then we have our very own mix of Richie Bono and all other commentators put together. That was Ravi Shastri. And if you want to talk about vocabulary and some smooth words, it was Harsha Bhogle. It's probably the only commentator who has not played top class cricket. After few comments from Sanjay Manjrekar and Harsha Bhogle, it was decided not to have a commentator who has not played test cricket, minimum 1 or 5, whatever the criteria is. So you may find people as presenters in a cricket tournament or a cricket league, I would say, but you will never find any commentator who has not played at the international level. So that has been the condition except for Harsha Bogle. Others are there. They all are ex-cricketers, but they can work as presenters. We have one presenter, Samir Kochar, who played in this tournament as well. 10 years he did a wonderful job of anchoring IPL. He was there on the other day, the last month. He's going to be there today even. The other day I missed out because I rarely found time to get close to him, because such people, if you are in their company, he was one of the most successful even still. And I just heard him covering golf a few days back. He does a fantastic job. And such people, we have also have Sharad Kelkar in this league. We do have Mano Gohil. These are all big guys of big reputation, big names on screen. There's award-winning actors. These are, but when they come, you talk to them personally, they are very humble. And Mano Gohil, I could see they lost both their matches, but he was there in this tournament, very tournament. He was there before the match started, 1 hour before the match commenced. That is so good to see. Such big professionals, such highly successful people, still down to earth and very loving and very humble and down to earth. Just a single. So we'll have Samir Kochar on show sometime, maybe after some time, and as we get an opportunity, we'll have a small talk to him. Generally, that fellow, for every word of his, dollars, millions of dollars are spent actually for every hours he puts in. But here, we'll have him. Nine and six is Jigar and Soreen now. Jigar comes on strike. Both the batsmen have hit one boundary each. You might see another. But that is beautifully turned. What a good shot that is. That may not race away to the boundary, but it will just trickle down for another boundary. Minimum effort, maximum result. Very effortless. Very rarely do we find these guys using a lot of strength. Just effortless batting. The ball hitting the middle of the bat and just minimum energy and maximum timing, they say. They say timing and placement are the two important factors for a good shot to happen. There was timing, there was effortless technique in it, and the result was there to be seen. 4 runs. He moves on to 13, does Jigar. Jigar itself suggests somebody who is the one who has a big heart to fight. No, he surely does have. And he's giving it a good fight back. Imagine losing 3 wickets and still going at a very good rate. They're almost 8 runs per over now. That's good going. Oh, that's little fortuitous. The ball is racing away. It is a wideish third man, but he just mops up that. Remember, there are 7 groups. 4 teams play in each groups. 28 teams in all. So 7 4s are 28. We'll have 56 matches. So every team gets an opportunity of playing minimum 3 matches. And at the end of it, we'll have a big finale in DY Patil. In fact, 4 finals would be played on that day. The details and all would be shared later. Who's going to be there? We'll have to wait for it. Right now, we are coming to the almost the half. We are halfway through that tournament, and many teams are in a position to understand where their standings are. The still till the last match is played, you are never sure or which team is going to get through. That's what the beauty of this league is. Any team can defeat any team on any particular day. International school darts tournament, if the kids are watching, we saw some families coming in of so many players. That's always good to see. Today we haven't seen anyone, but Wicketing Wizards had their families coming in. There were other teams who had their families coming in. And some of them were saying, why you were so much appreciative about Sachin Ambre and co. People who get their families and people who get their families to be part of their joy and appreciation. It's always good to support such people. So Sachin, love you, sir. That's beautifully timed and slashed hard. Just for a single. This is amateur cricket, but they do take their cricket very seriously. They get together, decide, plan, strategize just before the match, and after the match they introspect. Even if they win or lose, they work upon the things which they were wrong at, and also celebrate small little successes together. That's what is more important. That's outside the off stump. The foot, the the feet were rooted actually, and that's the reason he couldn't come in the line of the ball. That's the first bad shot, I would say. These two guys have looked so good. The best part of what it is intent. Sorry, on strike right now. He has already hit one boundary down the ground. Let's see. He can get another. Jigar has looked more potent, more technically adept. Slower delivery. He cleaned him up. The slower delivery has done the trick twice. He was caught whether to play forward or to stay on the back foot. Meanwhile, he was in no man's land, and he's done him. He was looking good actually. They have stitched up a small little partnership, but he loses his wicket. Sorry, he was looking good.
Boosted energy, boosted her life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
So two dot deliveries on the trot. That's a wide. That's going to help. The run rate was going quite well. It was 7.5 at the end of 4 with 4 wickets down. So it's 4 wickets down. Greenlawns are struggling, but there is one unique thing about this power play, that every over there has been a boundary hit. So 38 for 4 at the end of over number 5. They are going at a fair clip now, 7.6 runs per over, which is not bad going at all, considering the fact that they lost 3 in the first over, then lost one more wicket of Sorin. Jigar has looked brilliant actually. Jigar has hit boundaries, one down the ground, then he hit one nice shot into that deep square leg. Also, we saw one shot into that extra cover region. Jigar right now he has got 3 boundaries. He has got 21 runs of just 19 balls, and Rohan has come to give him some good company. He has got 1 of 1. This would be the last over of the power play. So Mayur comes in to bowl the last over, and Jigar might maximize this over. Beautifully done. Jigar looks class apart today. He has moved on to 22. Of the 39, 22 runs are of Jigar, and include some extras also in it. So he has scored more than double the runs which his other teammates have scored. In fact, couple of batsmen have got out for Golden Ducks. One batsman was 2 ball 4. That's a very good call, Jigar. Rohan Desai's job would be to give company to his mate. Stay there. Stitch together a partnership. Even he may be contributing just 20-30% of it. He needs to stay with his partner. He wanted to play that late cut. Already they have one player who got out in that fashion. That was Sorin. Scores 39. We are into the last over of the power play. 3 balls done. Mayur has bowled well. But that is beautifully turned. Again, just a single in the first 4 balls of the last over of the power play. Mayur, he needs to find a boundary. Maybe the area behind the umpire, because there are 2 fielders who are patrolling the boundary. One is into that wideish long on region. Another one is a third man. The last ball of the power play. Will he go and find a boundary? He can't, because the issue is they have lost quite a lot of wickets. That's the reason he even can't think of doing that. He goes for it, but and in the process gets a boundary. Was almost taken. That was the tallest player who was fielding in that extra cover region. The score is 43 now. 43 at the end of over number 6. 4 for 43. A very, very productive power play as far as runs are concerned. But wickets lost. They lost not 1, not 2, not 3. In fact, 4. In the history of the cricket, they say, statistically, say, if you lose 3 or more wickets in the power play, 20% of the times you only win. 80% of the times you lose. That's what they say. Something. Gautam Gambhir made a very, very important statement when he actually was interviewed. He was asked why he did not go heather and like he will go very strong in the first 15 overs or maybe the first 6 overs. He said, when you're chasing a big target, you may win or lose. You may not win the match in that first 6 overs of power play, but if you lose a lot of wickets, you're going to definitely lose it. So winning is a question mark, but there is a chance of losing. So he said, playing normal cricket, playing proper cricket is better. So that's the reason he was pivotal in both the World Cup finals, where he scored. He was the highest scorer in 2007 T20 World Cup finals and also the 2011 World Cup finals, One Day World Cup finals, which we won. One player who is unique and was man of the series in all the World Cup matches which we won finals, it was Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh was man of the series in under 18. Yuvraj Singh was man of the series in 2007 World Cup, T20 World Cup. Yuvraj Singh was man of the series also in the One Day World Cup. So there are some unique features. He is the fastest one to get 50 runs. He is the first person to get 6 sixes in a T20 game. That's beautifully turned. So Jigar Shah has to take the responsibility of taking this score somewhere around 150 runs. Even if they get run a ball and they happen to get a boundary in between, they are going to get close to 100 runs. 150 runs, I beg your pardon. So that would be a good total after losing so many wickets in the first 3. In fact, the first over itself, they lost 3. Santosh is the bowler. And that took the under edge. The ball's traveling quickly. SVKM Super Strikers, very, very crucial match for them. And so for Greenlawns, Greenlawns Warriors. That's smashed. That's just a single. That's a solitary fielder fielding in that cow corner. The three fielders, in fact, four fielders now. Third man, sweeper cover, wideish, long off, and cow corner. Four fielders stationed outside the circle. They got one extra fielder in the circle just to pile on the pressure. That's beautifully bowled. Hit straight to the fielder for that single. They are doing it well now. It's the milking process, we say, the process of getting 6, 5, 6, 7 runs in the few overs, not bothering about getting a lot of boundaries, keeping the wickets intact. That's a slower delivery. Beautifully done. Jigar has looked in complete cruise control. This new car, Texas, which is run actually autopilot, they say this man is playing in that mode. He's just set his engine and the mechanism right, and he's playing in that mode. Absolutely spotless his innings has been so far. He's missed, if I remember, just once, at the most twice. But other than that, he has middled almost everything. And he's looking good, Jigar. Rohan Desai. Oh, that will fall in no man's land. They have to run the first one quickly. But the fielder at the cow corner races in. In fact, mid-wicket comes in to stop that from going over for more than one. 6 runs in this over. So, at the end of this over, the score is 5 runs in this over. So, at the end of over number 7, the run rate is exactly 7. If Jigar stays there, he'll make this match turn upside down. Slightly murkish kind of weather, where you will not get a lot of sunlight, will not get that kind of chill. It's pleasantly alright, but it will give you some different kind of headache if you stay in sun. So it's not an easy time to play your cricket. It will tire you. But one man who's playing tirelessly is Jigar. And Rohan hits it up and over into the covers. The fielding has been good. It has been, in fact, very good. They are caught well. They are fielded well. I haven't seen people fumble. The strikers have done a good job, but this man has done a better job. The man on your screen. Yeah, playing and getting those singles just for fun. If the situation was just 1 down or 2 down, Jigar would have smashed these balls, actually, the short pitch bowling at times. He might just go. Rohan, meanwhile, has taken a right decision. He is going for his shots, and Jigar is keeping one end intact. He's taking those risks now. He may not have scored that many runs, Rohan, but it is getting slightly edgy now. This is beautifully carved. Just a single, though. There wasn't much power into that shot because the ball was bowled with a less pace. If the more pace of the ball just races away. That's good bowling, making the batsman do all the hard stuff. Well, that's the first time of many overs that he has played and missed one ball. Just got nowhere. He wanted to play it on the back foot. It wasn't there. Let's see what Jigar comes in next with. That's beautiful bowling. Keeping a man who's looked very good, quiet, two dot deliveries against Jigar, it's a rarity. Wonderful over in which he just gave 3 runs. He bowls a slower one, which just zoots off. It's a 3 run challenge. But that's beautifully done. That is done and dusted. In fact, the ball has not gone all the way. They need to wait. Three balls in which to score that single. It's a challenge over. If they get 3 runs, they'll get 6. That's the least any team has opted for in the history of this year's matches. 3, I've never heard it. But that's prudent because the run rate is fine. They've lost a few wickets. And people, oh, that's even become difficult now. Because that 3 was a certainty. They ran very slow and got a couple. And it becomes interesting now. 2 balls, 1 to win the challenge over. Got 52. If they get these 3 runs, they'll move on to 58. So the idea was to not take too much risk, not to lose a wicket and get those runs. Maybe a couple less, maybe 4 runs less, but you need to keep your wickets in strike. In the pursuit of going for the challenge runs, you might lose a wicket. So that's different thinking by the skipper. That's right even, but that's it. Done. Even 3 was made difficult by themselves. The score moves on to 58 now. 3 will be doubled up to 6. So 9 overs and 58 runs. Run rate is fine, but the wickets are the big worry. 4 of them. But the best part is Jigar still there, and Greenlawns are fighting courtesy that man. But Rohan has given him some good company. What a shot this is! Smacked. There wasn't some technique in it. There wasn't some copybook shot. That was pure agricultural swipe, and that was needed. And they took the challenge of 3 runs, and after the challenge over gets over, a new bowler comes in. In spite of having a look at him, he smashes him over that deep square leg region. So very difficult this strategies to understand, but whatever it is working for them. It's always good to think out of the box because they were going along well. 52 is not a less score at the end of 8 overs. So what they thought, instead of losing a wicket in the process of getting some runs in the challenge over, why not get that over done and dusted, get few runs, stabilize your innings, go for the runs later. What a good hit that was. The score moves on to 64 with that huge sixer. What a good shot by Rohan Desai. Smacked it into that square leg region. At times you don't have to be playing the shots with proper technique. It's just the intent and just see the ball and hit the ball kind of technique. That was a difficult shot to execute. He goes for it again. Mittal Joshi would be in the firing line. He would take the first one quickly and they would cruise for the second one. Look at Jigar racing and making it easily. Who is ready for the third one? Rohan is tired. That can happen in this kind of weather. Even if it is very severe sunlight, like a heat wave going across, that's fine to run. But in this kind of murkish kind of weather, it tires you more actually. You'll have the shades of sun coming in and going out. Oh, almost had his man. How did that miss? Inside edge, perilously close to that leg stump, and that's a good call. Rohan now taking things in his charge now. It was Jigar all the way, but in the last 2 overs, it has been all Rohan Desai. Jigar meanwhile gets the strike after a long time. In fact, 2.2 overs, he gets the strike back. Jigar has looked good. That's beautifully flighted. FIFA soccer is going on in Qatar. Same we can see at times in Somaya ground as well. It's so very dangerous at times to put your book foot down because you might just turn your ankle. We need to be absolutely sure that you do not do any harm. The best part about this tournament is we do not allow a bouncer to be bowled. Second part, the wickets which are there, we are very true, and they are slightly on the lower side, so that's better. And this pit, it's a slightly sporty one where you can go for that bounces. And what happened there? He got into a tangle, that fielder over there, and let one go from there. Paji won't be happy with that kind of fielding. He's just smiling it away. So good to see this kind of attitude, not to get disturbed even when your partners are not helping you. That's beautifully flighted. Wonderful comeback by this man. 69 runs. They got 11 runs in this over. That's nicely done off the back foot, just for a single. So some parity now. They lost a lot of wickets in the first over. Jigar's batting along with Rohan Desai's good company, getting them right back into this contest. That is carved into the point region. Mayur it is. Jigar has looked so cool and calm. Completely beat and he was neck and crop. That is smashed by Jigar. One bounce, two bounces in fact, trickles down into that cow corner region for a wonderful hit boundary. So 7 runs in this over takes the score to 76. 76 at the end of over number 11. They're going along at 7 runs per over, just shy of it by a single. But that's fine considering the fact they were far behind. This is going to be a good contest now because it was Rohan who hammered the first ball sixer against Jasdeep. Jasdeep is a very good bowler. He's a fantastic spinner. He came back well in spite of being hit for a boundary. He just gave away 5 runs in the next 5 balls. So that is good going. But this is going to be interesting. Number 18 jersey. If you are becoming a sports shop owner or something of sports equipment and jerseys, always good to have number 18, 45, 10, 7 together. So these are the guys who have made their names for themselves. And also 19 number, Rahul Dravid's number. These jersey numbers are very saleable, I would say. Very much in demand. Number 18, in fact, the most famous jersey number in cricket right now. Virat Kohli's number. That is, of course, his birthday. His dad's day of demise was also the same. Number 18. Virat Kohli's jersey number. 45 is less in because of the slump in form by Rohit Sharma. That is beautifully flighted again. But look at Jigar raced for that first one. After a small drinks break, he has got that energy back. Also, we have our official hydration partner, Energal. So that's always good to be hydrated in this kind of weather. Every time you play cricket, there are going to be some salts which are going to come down. You need to maintain it properly. The electrolyte balance has to be there. So please keep yourself hydrated. Have water. Have drinks like Energal. That's nicely turned off the back foot. They have to run the first one quickly. They decide on a single instead. Single of every ball. That's what has been the story. You might just see some action now. It might travel for a boundary or a sixer. Rohan might just go berserk on this ball. Jasdeep. That's what I was talking. Straight to the fielder though, who fumbles. That can be a couple. That is good calling. Good running by Jigar. Good enterprising cricketer is Jigar. He makes runs for himself. He runs for his partner. Keeps the scoreboard moving. Can hit a big sixer. Also hit those boundaries. A complete package to have. He's tired. He's taking his breath back. That's always good. Remember, these guys are not in their 20s. This is a DATS tournament. People are bound to be slightly iffy when it comes to running between and being on the field for a long time. But that's a short pitch one, but nicely done by the bowler, cramping the batsman. The leg spinner, he bowled this one little quickly. Will he flight the ball again? I think he'll go for a quicker one again now. No flight to this man now because he is trying to go big. Yes, he bowls it quickly. That will fall in no man. Again, couple of runs easily. No. Instead, they think against it. There's TJ who came in quickly to stop that one from going for a second. That is beautifully turned. Just a single. That was well timed. So there was no probability of a second one. So 6 runs in this over. 82 runs at the end of over number 12. But that's beautifully played. Though it has not gone for any runs, but the way he came into position and just glided the ball was so good to see. This kind of shots are unique of Mumbai cricket. They call it Katori shot kind of shots. They have been very unique to play against the spinning ball. That's beautifully done again. The ball's moving, turning, and he's handling it very well. Score moves on to 83. They are stitching up a wonderful partnership. Remember, they were 38 for 4 something, and now they have raised on to 84. Well, that's good partnership. 46 runs put together. Oh, he smashes it, and that will race away. Will that be a boundary? The ball will just trickle down for a fortuitous boundary. Well bowled, man. It wasn't a bad ball, Mayur. The batsman just showed intent, and he has been rewarded for showing that intent. That's a 50 partnership. That's nicely done. Just a single. 6 runs of this over so far. Jigar comes back on strike. A very good partnership. Close to 60 runs. Good work. 60-run partnerships put together in quick time. In fact, in 6 overs, 7 overs, they have got 60 runs. Rohan might just be contemplating of a big shot, but he's a good bowler. Mayur is bowled so well. But that's beautifully done again. Ball's racing towards that sweeper cover just for a single. 8 runs on this over. 90 runs on the scorecard. Partnership of exactly 60 runs. That is it, beautifully down the ground. Good solid consolidation after losing those early wickets. This is a fight back to remember this Greenlawn team. Jigar especially and Rohan Desai have done a fabulous job. It was Jigar to start off, but Rohan Desai has taken all the responsibility of scoring those important runs. Jigar has taken a backseat. He needs to find a boundary now. Long time he has not hit a boundary. The idea is strategy is clear. Jigar will stay there. Rohan will go for his shots. Rohan Desai and Jigar both have done a good job. Rohan Desai has just gone neck to neck with Jigar now. In fact, he has just overtaken him with that boundary. What a good shot that is. He moves on to 40. Remember, Jigar was 21, he came into bat. And Rohan has just overtaken him and has gone to 40 runs now. That is great going. They are closing in on that 100-run mark and a partnership of 70. And he has taken a special liking to Jasdeep because Jasdeep's first ball was hit for a sixer. And now again a very good boundary up and over into that cover.
Boosted energy, boosted her life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
Well, that would be a couple of wides, maybe three. Yes, three wides. 15 overs, 108. Fantastic comeback. Remember, at the end of the power play, they were 43 runs, and they have scored 65 runs so far. So that's good going. 9 overs and 65 runs in spite of losing those wickets. Not going bad going at all. Yes, five wides. That's going to help the scoring. Five wides. Wides are always like those freebies which you get every time. It's like a dessert given by a restaurant or a place where you go for an eatery, and then some complimentary thing given by the restaurant. Those smoothies or brownies which you get on free. Those five wides are just like that at this moment. Very sweet for the batting team. Oh, that's a leading edge. That would be a catastrophic end to an innings which he could not get off. He started off in the fifth gear, he slowed himself down, he came down to the fourth gear, third gear, and almost was on a stationary stage, and he just gave it away. And that's a fantastic innings of Jigger coming to an end. Jigger played with Jigger, and he gets out. So he got 44 runs of 45 balls, and he, more importantly, he steadied the ship when the going was really tough, and he got his team to a safe position with three wonderful boundaries which he hit in the beginning. A very, very crucial knock, a knock full of responsibility, a knock which took his team to a safer position, a position of strength where they can take this innings from here on, catapult the score, and take it to a position where they can not even just fight but compete and win this one. Well, this is evenly poised now. 110 after 15 is always good. New man in is Kushal and Kaushal actually. So Kaushal is the name of a very old king in the time of Buddhas. Also Kaushal, if you say that's skill, so he has to need all his skills to use that. Oh, that's wonderfully done. What the first ball flayed into that offside. What a wonderful way to begin. That was not that well timed. That wasn't the one which was completely correct off the middle of the bat. That wasn't the shot your coaches would recommend. That wasn't the shot which was complete under control. But that was the shot which begins his innings, which just sets an alarm and gives a warning to the opposition that Kaushal's here to hit you. What a good way to start. Boundary of the very first ball. Remember, this is how the first inning started. When Hiral hit the boundary of the first ball, that was straight down the ground. This was into the covers. That was slightly fortuitous. Actually wanted to hit it in the extra covers. The ball went into that point region. Boundary to kick off now his innings. Oh, almost had his man. Great comeback by the bowler. He bowled it slower. People actually go two ways. There are two different captains. One was MS Dhoni, another was Virat Kohli. MS Dhoni, whenever he was a captain, when the batsmen are hitting the opposition batsman, he brought his spinners on. And Virat Kohli is the other way around. He'll ask his faster men to bowl those bouncers. So two different people with two different strategies and attitudes. But that's outside off some good care, well kept by the wicket keeper. Good wicket keeping. He does. These guys, remember, these are not the guys in their teens. Reflexes are not that strong at this age, but they do it so naturally. Wicket keeping is an art actually. Not all people will be able to do that. Yes, you have big gloves to take care, but it's not easy. You need to have quick reflexes. Oh, what a good take. That is even better. This guy is exceptional when it comes to wicket keeping. He's done a great job. And even the batsman is applauding that effort. That was international stuff. He got some urgent call in that drinks break. We are not supposed to call, but there was some serious thing happening at his home bag. But still, he's concentrating and doing his job. That's the best part of it. Wicketkeeper doing a great job. But this is nicely done into the covers. Field placements are good by the skipper. Whoever is the skipper has done a good job of getting his field right. Some parity to the innings. The Greenlawns, they were in tough spot. They were in fact caught in the storm, but Greenlawns have come to the greener part. They have come to a safer part. From here they can make a launch on, catapult this innings, get an impetus and get to a score of some certainty. That was very slow in between the two fielders. Couple of runs. Oh, that's wonderful work by the fielder over there. Putting his body on the line. When he goes home, he'll have a nice small spot over there. Good committed effort. "16 overs, 122, 14 runs in this over. A very productive one in which they got a few wides, also a boundary. That's going to be interesting now. 10 or 11 runs from here on will make a very good score. And that would be a fight back of some sorts. And remember, they have not given away easy runs. The bowling has not been poor. It has been quite alright. But it has been a good comeback. And the attitude, that's what is more important. The intent shown was clear by both the batsmen. First Jigar, then Rohan, and now new man Kaushal who has come in. He has come with a clear strategy, clear mindset. He is going to go hard, but it's not going to be mad hitting at every ball. Selecting the balls, getting a boundary or two in an over will take them to a score of great authority. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. He has a slightly different action, but he's not giving much pace. That's the best part. His bowling is slowly. Every time a slow ball, in fact, twice the slower ball has claimed wickets, and that to clean bowls. The slower ball has been the mantra of the day. Yeah, again slower. This is beautifully hit, but timing wasn't that great, in fact. But the idea was right, going into the region, extra covers with that ball moving away. He's an off spinner, but he's bowling it very well. An off spinner becomes a very deadly one when the ball straightens, actually, when it does not turn at times or it goes the other way. And the best part is giving nice loop to the ball. The pace is just right. He might just pick a wicket, but Kaushal might deposit him for a big sixer as well. The scorer would be in some trouble if the ball comes here. Oh, he hit it in the different end. That would be 4 runs. Good work, Jassi. Fantastic work, in fact. Kohli living up to his name, but the throw was just as wild as Virat Kohli also does at times. Good work. He saved 3 runs for his team. In fact, 2. I was just going to say that he won't be able to stop that one. That was a great effort. Jassi has been moved a little wider now. Somewhere in between now. It's neither a long off, it's neither extra cover. Somewhere in between. Whitish long off. He might still go for it. Kaushal, the best idea would be to come downtown. But against a moving ball, that will leave a big gap in between. So that also has to be taken into consideration. It's a completely different position. So you see 2 fielders almost in a line. Extra cover has been brought back. So there's protection. Deep square leg has been brought in. Extra cover has been got to deep extra cover. He might still go in that direction. He might still go into that offside with those inside out shots. Instead, he plays it smartly, but the solitary fielder over there will do the job. Anything towards his left and right with good timing would have fetched him 4 runs. Suryakumar Yadav, what makes him special is he plays with the field. He does not have the shots which are different from others. He executes the shot and places it where the fielders aren't there. So that's the speciality of him. He plays with the field of the opposition. That's nicely done. That's beautifully swept. That's racing towards that boundary. FIFA World Cup on show again, but that is good work. Saved a couple of runs for his team. Throw right on top of stumps. That's Mittal, I think, over there. Mittal Joshi. The skip doing the job. Rohan has been deprived of strike for a long time. He got a great brace now. He might just be looking out for that big shot. He can go big. He must be a little tired because he's on 46. Oh, he was, and he gets, is it? Yes, he gets out on 46. Unfortunately, commentators, because just as I asked what his score is, nazar lag gayi bande ko. He gets out. Gets out on the score of 46. Not before taking his team to a position of relative safety. This man has done his job. A brilliant fight back by the number 5 batsman. He has done the job of the number 2 and 1 batsman of the team. Tiger's inning was applauded, but Rohan should be applauded for his innings as well because he took on the opposition. His teammates are applauding the innings. That's good to. Or drawbacks of their mates. They work together, celebrate each other's success, forget about the failures, work on the shortcomings, and enjoy the process. And take my word, cricket is a very, very important part of their life. Just as they need food, clothing, shelter, some entertainment, cricket is as good as an oxygen for them. These guys, they have grown up watching Sachin play. They have grown up watching all those Robin Singhs and all those kind of players who have just instilled all that love for cricket in them. And this has been there with them for many years, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. He wanted to hit it in the covers. The ball went straight down the ground. Good wob. Just a single. They might. This is good. Alert. Everyone was alert. The batsman, the wicket keeper. That is passed straight to the fielder over there. He takes a curl, and that's beautifully cut. Chopped off the middle stump. The over has got halted the scoring in this innings. Good over by him. Kaushal might just think of smashing it down the ground or going for a big one. He is bowled quickly. Santosh hasn't given much time and room. That's an opportunity easily taken. That's an important wicket. That could be just the difference between 10 to 15 runs. Kaushal, he was looking good. He gets out. He had absolutely no clue. Umpire was vigilant. He knew there was nothing in the appeal. Those important wickets of Jigar, then Rohan and Kaushal will put a halt to the scoring now. There's a difference between 140, a 150 and a 160. You get a 140, the opposition is very, very confident. 150 is chaseable. 131. Seven down they are. So 12 balls remaining. They should be targeting at least a score of 150. So 19 runs from 12 balls would be a good score. Anything below 150, they would feel they have underachieved. They have to score 150 plus because two batsmen were in 40s. One more wicket down. That's the 8th wicket down. Smart bowling. That's down the leg side. Just a single. That's a leg by. Rohan is bowling well. Sends a very smooth action of an off spinner. He might just pick one more wicket in this over. Oh, that was very well bowled. Completely squared him up. That's nicely done. Just for a single. Just 3 runs and a wicket in this over. 134. That was a very, very crucial over. If they get 9 to 10 runs, that would be a good result. I don't think Mittal will give you much more. Just 3 runs in this over. They should be looking at 6 runs minimum in the last over so that they can touch that 140 mark. 160 was distant. 170 was thinkable. Then 150 was a possibility. Now 140 would be something which they would have to be satisfied on. Even that would be difficult with this kind of bowling. 135 is what the score is. 5 balls remaining. Will they get a boundary? Even if they get a boundary, they are going to get 8 to 9 runs. So that would be not more than 144, 143. If they happen to get a couple of boundaries, then they will come close to 145, 146. Oh, he's cleaned him up. That's what I said. It would be difficult for them to score those runs. 9 down now. Even 140 would be an achievement if they do now. They have to go for that run. Will they go for the second? Yes, they have to. They should be. They will be. And they won't be successful. Are they? Yes, they are. A couple of runs. Just in time. They had all emotions in it. They had that anxiety. They had that enthusiasm. They had that adrenaline. Then there was anxiety. And then in the end, a relief for that second run. Everything in those 2 runs. Lots of emotions. Again, this last pair always make pretty good viewing. Any team, any contest, any tournament, any kind of cricket, T20, one day, test match, there is nothing more romantic than the last wicket pair. You'll always find all these things happening. They're caring for each other. Every ball would be a possible last ball. Every ball is going to be a ball which we can give you more joy and more sorrow. That's what I was talking about. So much anxiety and lots of fun when you get those runs. See, you will see all this excitement of the last wicket. That can be only done in the last wicket. See, they are going for everything. And that finally, couple of runs and a run out. Was that the last ball? So 6 runs in this over. 142 is what the target is. 7 runs in this over. And they were all out on the last ball. They got the wicket of the second ball of the innings. They got the last wicket of the last ball of the innings. Started with a boundary, ended with a wicket.
energy, boosted है life. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic.
So Tarun on one side, and it would be Samir to bowl the first over. They need a few wickets. They got 3 in the first over. They need at least a couple in the first 6. That's beautifully done, straight to the fielder. That's the man who got them out of trouble on point. The fielder at point, Jigar. They need to make use of this new ball. Don't worry about bowling those economical overs. Think of getting a few wickets. That was nicely bowled. Pitch the ball up. Jigar, one-handed pickup, wasn't able to throw. Tarun gets off the mark. It's Ajiz who comes on strike. Ajiz Irani, Tarun Jain, and it is Sunny on the other side. (142) is the target. 1 run being scored. Tarun gets off the mark. They would dearly like to have a couple of wickets in the first 6 overs. Meanwhile, SVKM striking super strikers have to. Oh, that's good collection. That's a pretty bad ball, but collection was top class. The wicket keeper moved towards his left. The ball was going quite way long down the leg side. He managed to do it well, swiveled across and stopped from those certain 5 wides. But score will move on to 2 now with that wide. That's an opportunity, but up and over into the covers. That's going to be 4 runs. That's a ball which will get the scoring, the impetus, and they get off to a start. It's always important to you get off to a good start. That gives you more confidence. With that boundary, Aziz gets off the mark. The scoring is up and rearing. 7 runs on the scorecard. 7 without loss. He cleaned him up. What a ball that is. He yorked himself. Caught in the crease. That's what can happen. He was expecting another short delivery. But after a short pitch ball, you expect the ball to be pitched up because the bowler corrects himself. Easily said than done. Ajit is such a good player. He yorked himself. He played on the ball on the back foot, which you are supposed to play on the front foot. The full toss was converted into a yorker. They need a lot of it. It's deja vu. The same thing happened in the previous innings as well. Boundary was hit of the first ball. The next ball they got a wicket. Here it wasn't of the first ball, but that was the first ball which Aziz faced. He hit that for a boundary, and the second ball he gets clean bowled. 7 for 1. Remember, they were 6 for 3 in the first over. So they are giving the taste of the medicine back to them. They want one more, ideally one more in this over. Amir Jain, Sunny Jain, I beg your pardon. Sunny getting the Greenlawns. Their first wicket. Beautiful fluorescent pads, very attractive ones. That's nicely done. See the pads of both the guys. One with that old murky white color shorts with lot of sweat and all black color, and on the other side the brand new ones hardly being used. So fluorescent pink on one side and the old boring white on the other. Oh, that's beautifully played. Nicely done off the front foot. This is how you should be playing the bowler who is trying to cramp you. If you remain on back foot, you may york yourself or you get caught in the crease, and there are possibilities of getting a LBW or bowled out. So he gets off the mark. The score is 8. 8 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of over number 1. Beg your pardon, it's 7. 7 for 1. Amit Shah comes in to bowl, not in Gujarat, not in Delhi, but on the Somaya grounds. Amit Shah. That's beautifully bowled. The ball may have gone outside the off stump, but he has got that nice loop. He's bowling with a good pace, and the flight is absolutely perfect. That's again a bowler. This bowler can give you few wickets now. Amit Shah. So the game is not done and dusted, though the target may be 142. It won't be that easy. These are a good side, SVKMs, but they have to play really well to win this one. Greenlawns. That is wonderfully bowled. Great flight to the ball. That would be just a single. No, good call by the batsman on the non-striker's end. So 9 runs on the scorecard. That's nicely done. That's going to be 4 runs. Into the covers. Lots of vacant spaces over there. Just a solitary short extra cover and a wideish long off. Can't be having the field when the ball is going away. You should be having some protection there. There are a lot many fielders on the leg side. They can do away with one of those and get a fielder over there. Yeah, they are making that change now. Fielder at deep point has been lessened, and that area is cordoned now. Yeah, they're having an umbrella set over there. You have a man at 45. Then you have one person behind point, one in that extra cover, one on point. It goes to that man who was stationed just for that. Kaushal is at short extra cover. He might be in business if they go for that shot again. Those two fielders, Kaushal and the player besides him, man at covers and short extra cover. That's what I'm talking about. Straight to him. There's protection. Deep cover. That's nicely done. This will race away. That would be. Very eventful over comes to an end. 15 runs, 8 runs in this over. 7 in the first, 8 in the second for the loss of 1 wicket. 15 for 1. That's just a single. In fact, dot ball. We just saw some test cricket being played in Pakistan where we saw close to 500 runs being scored on day one. In fact, more than 500 runs being scored on day one. And they were shortened because of some light. Only 76 overs. Oh, that's a fabulous shot. That will go for a boundary. One man who used to play test match cricket like T20 cricket. Remember in one of the matches in Pakistan, in that Asia Cup test matches, where there was an opening partnership of Rahul Dravid and Virendra Sehwag. They had scored 404 runs in one day in just 76 overs. And that there was one thing unique about that team, that every player There was Sehwag, Dravid, Lakshman, Tendulkar, Ganguly, Yuvraj, Dhoni, Pathan, Agarkar, Kumble, Harbhajan. Everyone had got a century, test century. All 11 players had got one test century each to their name, and everyone had got a test wicket. That is very rare. Oh, that is good. Nice keeping by the wicket keeper. So that was a day to remember where Sehwag had scored somewhere close to 250. In fact, 248 in one day, and Rahul Dravid got 228. We saw the record being tumbled for the first time. Top 4 batsmen of English, they scored centuries in Pakistan. Pakistan have responded well with scoring that 500. So cricket has all different records to be taken care of. This has been the day of parity. Remember the first match which we played, 200 were scored and chased down, and also some matches even 130 were also saved. So that's a variety of results which you observe in every place. So 140 people, if you are, even if you get 140, you shouldn't be disheartened. You can still make a comeback and win this one. That's what Greenlawns should be telling themselves. So everyone needs to contribute in this thing. That's what can happen actually. SVKM last time they piled on almost 200 runs against Abhishek, Abhishek's team. So that was so unique. All 11 players of the Indian team, right from number 1 to 11, getting centuries, test century each, and everyone getting a wicket in a test match. That is very rare to happen. Scoring 400 runs in a day is a rarity. England has surpassed it by scoring 500 runs in a day. You can see all straight, and that too in 75, 76 overs. They played just 76 overs. So test match is being played like T20 and one day nowadays. That's nicely driven straight down the ground. There's protection. That's beautifully done. That will race away towards the one. That will take a lot of stopping. He does it easily. And the right end. That's the wicket keeper on show. He was fantastic with behind the stumps. He comes into bat. CK. Chintan. He's on strike. That's beautifully done. Down the ground. Just for a single. Chintan and Tarun. That's nicely done again. He's having good control. Got on right on top of the ball and guided it past that extra cover region. They're playing those punches very well. They are. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Oh, that's straight to the fielder. Last ball of the fourth over. That's Very nicely bowled. The score remains on 24. Just a couple of runs in this over. In fact, 4 runs. Chintan and Tarun. They're trying to get their calling together sorted out. Chintan wants to go for this quick singles and doubles. Meanwhile, Tarun is a little calmer, quieter.
Boosted energy, boosted her life. INC iconic enersal, energize. INC iconic enersal, energize. INC iconic, INC iconic, INC iconic, INC iconic.
And in the run rate. That's nicely done. Why the wicket keeper? He must be thinking that he has fooled the umpire, like dragging it in, but the umpire does not look at the wicket keeper and what his antics are behind. He gives his own decisions. That fielder at short cover, Jigar is stationed there now. Jigar Kaushal to right guy stationed over there. Short cover might just be in business with the angle which he bowls in. That's beautifully turned away. That will be minimum brace. Tarun, he brings that calmness to the game. He brings that control to the game. Look at the two batsmen. One is having that, like, I don't know what the colors is. Actually reddish pink or whatever. With nice fluorescent color. And on the other side, old murky white colored pads. Two different players with different attitudes. But see, that one is restless, the other one is very calm. The pads color also signifies what the man is thinking. One who wants to be very outgoing, the other one wants to go the orthodox way, not to take chances. We need both. We need someone to take risk. We need someone to take control. That's beautifully done. That's racing away towards that solitary fielder. That's a nice shot. Using the feet, it's not just bouncing down the ground, also coming back, shuffling backwards and playing on the back foot. That also is part of some good footwork. It's not always dancing down the ground and playing. We say that's good footwork. Being decisive whether to go front or back, that's important. Only one man who could pull from front foot, just like Rohit Sharma does it now, was Ricky Ponting. They were the worst two pullers of the game. One was Ricky Ponting, and now who has come very close to him and almost be better than him in white ball cricket is Rohit Sharma. His form may not be suggesting that, and that's an opportunity. Kaushal. Kaushal has the Kaushal to take that. Kaushal means, or Kaushalya means skill. He had the skill to take that one easily. He takes it easily. Kaushal was name of one of the kings during Buddha's time. The prince, young Prince Kaushal. He is indeed the prince of this team when he bats so well and also takes those catches. Yeah, he's just surveying the field. Tarun, very cool, calm. He gets a new partner now. The anxious looking Chintan is sent back. He was getting little fidgety and he just lost his wicket in the process. And this man has looked in complete control. He has played very well. Chintan, Manan, these all are names related to meditation. This guy is having a nice time over there. Rahul Dravid used to do that. He always almost used to meditate when he used to bat. Probably the best batsman in when it comes to Test match cricket. Played more number of balls even than Sachin Tendulkar. And that's what he said. I played, gave them more opportunities to get me out. I got out less number of times. That's nicely done. Beautiful work by the way fielder over there. It's so good to see these guys diving around, and this beautiful outfield will aid you with that. It's always a different feeling. A cricketer, a true cricketer, people those who aren't actually deprived of this beautiful outfields and all, they will understand the beauty of diving around these beautiful lawns, because it's a rarity in India. You will find few number of grounds where you have spaces to play some nice cricket. This is one of them. That's Jigar. And Jigar, just like his name, is a Jigarwaz player. When he batted, when he's fielding, he's putting everything in it. Very impressed with these two guys, which I've seen. Like these characters, cricket, or generally, if you see, there are different players. We'll see different emotions, different characters. Some of them will be very anxious, some will be very exuberant, others would be calm, collected, some would be relentless, some would be just waiting for their turn. And that's good wicket keeping. Just with those reflex actions, just wicket keeping has been of good quality. Both these wicket keepers have been good. Very rarely do people get noticed when they are wicket keeping. The only time they are noticed when they drop a catch or leave a bye or lose a something. They are expected to take everything. They are just like moms in the house. They are supposed to do everything. The time they take a leave, they will be noticed. That's a shot and a half. That will travel. That will take some stopping. It does it easily. In fact, the ball just slowed down. There are certain patches where the ball does not trot off that easily, but it's almost 95%. It's a place where the ball just hastens up. But when you have that dodgy kind of fall after that shot, if there is no power, it just stops itself. That's nicely done. That will race away. That will take some stopping. In fact, he'll find it difficult. Yes, he will not be able to stop that one. That wasn't a good ball. That wasn't a bad shot. It was some bad ball and some nice treatment to the bad ball, which got him those 4 runs. Yes, Chintan, look at him. Yeah, takes his fresh guard. Actually, we play in this pattern 6-4-5-5. That's generally done just to save some time. In Mumbai, you can get everything, you can't get time. So, time is the most valuable thing in Mumbai. So, every moment is precious. What a shot that is! Just short of the fielder over there. He does a good job. We have a player over here, number 18. He has got his daughter's name imprinted on it. I think that's the player who got a good partnership. Uh, Maybe Rohan Desai he is. He's got his daughter's name imprinted on it, Mahira. That's so nice to see the kid's name imprinted. Most times it's mother's name imprinted. We saw in one of the games they had their mom's name imprinted. And one of the teams, Utpal Warriors, they have their WWE superstars name imprinted on it. Single. So Rohan has his daughter's name imprinted. Mahira must be watching. Mahira would be proud of her father's batting today. He played really well, and she should be happy if she's watching it. Your father has done a fabulous job. Generally, a father is always the hero of the daughter, they say, and a daughter has a special place for father, even at the last. Oh, that's nicely done. Father remains a hero for her or him, especially when it's a girl child. It say the girl child is more attached or closer to the father. This man, he loves his daughter like all the dads do. Oh, he completely squared him up. So Tarun, meanwhile, has to look very calm. His first call would be a no or a yes. There is no wait in it. It has to be a clear no, and that too happens immediately. That's beautifully done. That's racing towards that covers region. Look at them. You need to run your first one hard. That's what people say, because there is a possibility of a second. When there is a fumble, you should be ready for it. The score at the end of over number 7 is 38. So remember, they got 43 in the first 6. These guys have got 38 in the first 7. They were 49 at the end of 7 overs. These guys are 38. The only difference is they had lost 4 wickets. These guys have lost 2 wickets. So there is a difference of a few runs, but the number of wickets would be accounted. The batting team, the chasing team, is in a better situation right now. Wicket here will take this match into a balance now. In fact, a couple of wickets. That will make things interesting. Are they talking about the challenge over? That happens. Yeah, they have taken it. This is good. The other team just took 3 runs. They somehow got it done. Okay, they have taken challenge of 5 runs. So the score right now is 38. It will propel to 48. And there are a couple of wickets down. Both the batsmen are decently set. So 5 runs is what they have challenged against the bowler. Sunny Jain is the bowler who would be in question, and he will have the responsibility of stopping them. Bowling the 4th over on the trot, and he puts it everything behind it. He may be thinking, I'm the best bowler of the team. I'm the one who actually is the leading wicket taker, at least in this match, and I'm being challenged. I'll show them what I am capable of. And he has that jersey number of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, also Cristiano Ronaldo, number 7. The ball's racing. Rohan, he has had a good day. He was slightly shivering when the ball came. People become anxious when the ball comes in very quickly at them at times when they're resting and the ball comes out to them after a long time. That can happen because there is a lot of pressure in that challenge over. You want to give your best, and this is not the best of Sunny. That will bring some parity now. They need 3 of the next 4. 1 dot ball here would make things very interesting. Challenge overs are like the small spices in between, the small little pickles in between your lunch or dinner, which make things interesting. Yes, he makes it interesting. That's a very big wicket. That's the wicket of the coolest guy on the batting team over there. He gets out, Tarun. and playing across a straighter one. Too serious, this guy. He should have taken it slightly easily. Wanted to take care of that ball softly. At times, the best shot on a full toss ball is a cross batted shot. He wanted to flick it, which wasn't the right choice of shot. Just wanted, had predetermined his mind of taking that small flick and getting a single. And every time you preempt, predetermine, you are into trouble. Ganpati Bappa Moria, Har Har Mahadev have been the war cries today. You can't say the war cries. These are just the things just to take you or get you together. And that is so good to see on a cricket field. It's not hooray or calling out with some names or something like that. Our culture is to remember God in our good and bad times. Get that motivation together. That is so good to see. And you may have people from different cultures, different religions, different languages coming together, but still they will say Aiga, still they will say Ganpati Bappa Moria. That is so heartening to see. Forget about a particular caste or religion. It's something which gets you together. 3 of 3, meanwhile. 3 down there. Three of 3 things are becoming interesting now. New man in has been welcomed with a crisis on his hands. As soon as you go into an office, when your boss gives you all those files put together and just to do it within half an hour, that kind of situation this man is into now. He has just come in and he has got a challenge of completing those 3 runs in 3 balls. So that's a very difficult proposition for a new man coming in to finish off that challenge over. 3 of 3 now. Oh, he does a fine job. No, in fact, he has been stationed there. Not allowed to move. Sunny Jain, he is being slightly hurt. His ego is hurt when he is being challenged for 5 runs. 3 of 2. A dot ball would here will make it compulsory boundary hit to finish. What a good shot that is. They have to go for the second one. They will be going and they say no to each other. One, they understand in pursuit of going for those 10 runs, they might miss out on a wicket. 1 ball, 2 to win the challenge. This is so very well bowled by Sunny. It's not that sunny today, but this Sunny is shining over here. Slightly murkish kind of weather today. The sun has taken slight rest today. It has not been beating down. 1 ball, 2 to win. The fielders at the long would be some yards in. Fielder at wide is long off. Long off is quite deep. Rohan has to come ahead. And the ball goes straight. Another wicket. And a maiden. A double wicket maiden for Sunny Jain. This sun is shining in this inclement weather. It may not be that sunny. It may not be clear. It is slightly cloudy. But this man is shining brilliantly. Sunny Jain has got a couple of wickets, has got a maiden. And they are right back into this one. Remember, they were 69 at the end of 10 overs. In this case, at the end of 8 overs, they are 4 down. And the score reads 38 runs. So that is parity. Parity at its best. In fact, they have bettered themselves. In fact, they have spoiled their own cause, the chasing team. They were bad and they have been worse, the batting team, when it comes to losing the number of wickets in the first 8 overs. Keyur, he is the batting sub. He was told, he said, I won't be required today because my teammates are good enough to chase this down. Keyur would be needed. You never discount anyone in cricket and life. Once you do that, they are going to come back and hit you hard. Scores 39 now. We are into the 9th over. So 11.5 overs remaining in which to get those 102 runs. In fact, 103 runs. They need exactly 102 runs to win now. So from 7 runs per over, it has gone on to 8 and it's closing in on 9 runs per over now. So some good consistent efforts, some small little steps have taken this team into a position where they can challenge the opposition. SVKMs, they have themselves to blame because they got into a shell and they are in some trouble now. Beautifully played. This may not have given him runs. Is there a trouble? No, umpire says no, he has nothing to do with it. Once you middle the ball, that's fine. There's umpire Shetty, Maruti Shetty. And we have umpire Raju. Beautifully done, straight to the field. The field angles have been covered. He's flirting with danger over there. That was the right call. You can't be running, just hitting the ball to straight to the fielders and running, especially when you are 4 down. Need to find the gaps. There is something which is called as placement. He's getting the timing fine. He's getting the shots fine. Only worry is the placement. This is smashed. This is again to the fielder. The ball just popped out of his hands for a brace. Fantastic from this team. They are turning all the right screws in the right direction. 42, they need exactly 100 runs in the next 66 balls. Oh, he is right across. He is right in front of the wickets. Look at him celebrate. Just like Hassan Ali of Pakistan. Hassan Ali explodes. This guy imploded. Nice way of celebration. Hassan Ali was a prime player. Just with one drop chance, he's just out of the equation completely. That one drop chance of Matthew Wade and those wonderful sixes. The best sight of last year. They're 5 down. And Mittal is out. That's a crucial blow. Jasdeep can provide with them that. Another Kohli which we saw, a slightly elder Kohli, a senior pro. He scored around 60-70 runs coming at number 7. I remember in one of the matches in the last season. And he won it for them, coming at number 8 or 9. Easily the most senior most member. He was somewhere around 53-54 years old. And he played one of the innings of the tournaments. The young Kohli here, Jasdeep, has to replicate his namesake. He looked promising with the bat, failed to deliver. His innings got aborted just after a good start. He has to do the job with the ball in his hand. Meanwhile, his team are in a very, very strong position. They need 96 more runs. In fact, 94 runs to win this one. 9.4 overs run per over needed to win from here on. One man can get them out of this. Is Jasdeep. It's not going to be a single man's work though. They need at least 3 people to contribute and one of them to play a good innings. I would say a bigger innings. The two small cameos can do. So they need a couple of 30s and one player to play a knock of 20 or something like that to get this one. A couple of 30s needed. Forget about 50s and all. A couple of 30s needed to win from here on. Jasdeep is quite capable. We completely squared him up. Was searching for it. Must be a traitor one. Wasn't able to come in the line of the ball. That is smashed. The ball's traveling. They have to go for the second one. They've taken the first one quickly. They do it easily. They need a lot of this. Umang does it easily. Umang is something which means bringing fresh energy, fresh enthusiasm, a new wave of positivity. That's what Umang means. They need a lot of him. They need a lot of that, all those attributes. Positivity, clear thoughts. Oh, that is smashed down the ground. They have to take the first one quickly. Just a single. They're trying to consolidate the innings. They're trying to milk the bowling. Just try and get 7-8 runs per over till over number 15-16. And even if they need, say, maybe 10 to 11 runs in the last 4, they can get that. But that 1 over of 15-16 would be there in store somewhere in between. Just have to wait for that weak bowler. Umang on strike. He'll have to find a few boundaries now. They need a boundary every over just to keep abreast. Even if they get a boundary, there will be a dot ball and singles will get them 8 runs per over. They'll have to find for that weak ball. That's a carrot which was dangling. He did not go for the bait, did not go for the elevated shot. In fact, he played all around the ground. That's an edge, proper edge. That would be just a single. The ball just flew off the leg spinner. That's nicely bowled. The leg spinner is getting quite a bit of purchase from this wicket. Just want to know whether it's coming straight on or is there some turn on offer. He comes in. Yeah, that was a straighter one. Absolutely no turn on it. Couple of balls remaining. Scorecard is very unique. 55 for 5 now. All fives. That was outside the off stump, closer to that margin of being called a wide. But this has been a good over, just 3 runs. And thrice the batsmen have found it difficult to make any connection. In fact, there was connection in the fourth delivery, and it was almost carried to that short third man over there. So man at 45 on both the directions. Will this last ball go? Because they will take chances now. Too many dot balls in over for their liking. That's again very well bowled. Immaculate line and length. What a good over this. Just 3 runs when they need 10 runs per over almost. The score is 55 and they need 87 runs to win this one. That was beautifully pulled straight to the fielder. That's a good job of stopping it. Oh, that's beautifully played. Just Surya Kumar Yadav. Almost. Just for a moment, I thought he's playing. What a good shot that is. Jasdeep Kumar Yadav Kumar Kohli. What a good shot that was. Kaushal's over has to go for 9 to 10 runs minimum. There's no point. The run rate is almost 11 runs per over. They need to score 87 in 8. That what was the equation was. They got a boundary. That's nicely done. They have to look out for the second one. Will they go? Yes, they do. This is brilliant stuff. This is great running. 2 in the circle. Umang and Jasdeep. Ideal pair to be together after 5 down. This is smashed and beautifully done down the ground. This will give him a lot of confidence every time you middle a ball. And even if you get a single or you don't get any runs even, that's a different feeling. When you're middling balls, you will always get opportunities. You'll always get some bad balls which you can dispatch. 1 over, 1 bad ball, any best of the possible bowlers, they'll also give you that. Or you need to convert a good ball into a bad one. That will fall just short of the fielder. Couple. A good over in which they got a few runs. 66 runs. 11 of this over. They need exactly 76 more runs to win this one. 76 of the next 7. So that is 11 runs per over needed from here on. They need 76 of the 7 overs. They have to score 11 runs per over. They got 11 in the previous over. They will have to continue with that string. They would be cruising for the second one. Beautifully done. Easily done. Umang has to put in those extra yards. This is a shot and a half. This will take some stopping. Instead, it bounces just right for the fielder over there. Just slows it down, and that's just a single. That's nicely bowled. Equally well played. They may not got a boundaries in this over, but they got a couple of braces which will help. A boundary here will make the over just perfect. In fact, better. More than the par over here. They need a boundary. He threw the carrot and this is just a single. The dangling carrot did not persuade him for going for that aerial shot. In fact, less strength of because the par is drained of continuous running. The score
boosted energy, boosted life. INC iconic enersal, energize. INC iconic enersal, energize. INC iconic,
Kaushal is the right guy stationed over there. He is a very good fielder. 68 of the next 35 balls. Almost 12 runs per over from here on. 11.75 to be precise. They need to beat a boundary over here. That's an easy brace. But Jigar's there. Look at Jigar. Throw a slightly weak. 66 of the remaining 34. Oh, this is very well bowled. The slower delivery, just that tennis bound kind of bounce over there. Every time you bowl a slower ball, it bounces but extra. So 83 runs on the scorecard. They need exactly 59 more runs to win this one. That's a heave. That's a chance. That's a wicket probably. Yes, it is. That's a very timely wicket because they were going so along so well. Umang was batting so well, but he has got them into that touching distance of winning. They are in with a chance. I think the batting sub would be used. Keur, he might just come in. He was saying he won't be required because his teammates would do the job. He has been in good form. In one of the tournaments, he got 11 balls 33, then he got 20 balls 44. Today, even if he plays half of what he has done, they will be on a winning side. Let's see. Keur comes in. Umang has done his job, has done that job of resurrection, and has got into a team of not so bad position. They can win this one from here. So the run rate from 10, from 7 has gone to 8, from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, now 10 to 11 and a half. Now it is 12 runs per over, just one short of it. So 5 overs in which to get almost 60 runs, 59 needed in fact to be accurate. So run rate of somewhere around 11.90 or something. They need to get a few runs in the next couple of overs. In fact, they should be breaking it down to maybe having 10, 11 runs in the last. So they should target an over in which they get close to 17, 80 runs. Treat every over as the last over and go for the shots. One good over, one big over, that will bring them right back into this contest. Right now, the Greenlawns are on a green patch, on a smooth patch actually. Super strikers, they need some big strikes. Not in the wicket column, but the boundary and sixer column. इसको रेनबो बोलते हैं. He wanted to do the Surya. Not easy because the ball kept low. That would be 2 wides. That's going to help. That's going to help. 5 overs, 57. Keyur, even if he makes a small 20-25 in 10-20 balls, they are going to win this one. They need at least 20-25 runs from Keyur. He has done in matches where 170, 180 runs were scored. Then he came in and played those wonderful smashing cameos of 11 balls, 30, then 20 balls, 44. They need some contribution from him today. Oh, that's nice way to begin. He won't run those risky doubles. He will give you those boundaries and once in a while in between. Also the sixes. If he does and wins it, he might be the super sub and he might be the man of the match as well. In spite of whatever wickets their team has taken, the opening bowlers have done. If he does that, plays that knock of 40, he might be in contention. That's nicely done, but the field placements, absolutely alright. All good shots are going directly to the fielders. That's what we say, finding the gaps is important. Keyur, will he use the long handle to good effect? Will he get a sixer in this over? They need every over one boundary or a sixer. Almost was done. Jayesh bowling his ultimate over. Has bowled well. We are into the 16th over. Equation red, 30 balls, 59. This has been a good over. In spite of conceding 2 wides, he has bowled well. That's smashed. Once again, that would be just a single. Things have become difficult now. Things are becoming interesting now. Very difficult now, in fact. He's crammed up completely. "88 runs on the scorecard. They need 54 more. Almost. It's becoming difficult now. If they get a single, that would be 13.5 runs needed per over. It remains on that score. They need 14.5 runs to, in fact, 13.5 runs exactly to win this one now. Keyur has to be the man. We cleaned him up. He went across. The ball kept low. Keyur is done. So 23 balls in which to get 54 runs. Almost all. That's beautifully done. Played into the covers. Yes, good couple of runs. They need a lot of this. Look at the wicketkeeper racing to stop the third one. They need sixes and boundaries. This has been so tragic for this team. They were in all position to win this one. They had the opposition 5 down. But after that wonderful partnership between Rohan Desai and Jigar, and some good batting in the end by Kaushal, has got them somewhat close to 140, and that is just seemed to be enough. In fact, more than enough now. They got themselves into a big pit, this team, by being too cautious, and they are paying the price for it. That's a chance. That would be Kaushal's another catch. He juggles it once and takes it easily. "95 runs on the scorecard." So the equation it will read, they need 47 runs to win this one. They're 7 down. They are coasting right now. Greenlawns, after a bad patch, they have on a good position now. They need 8 down there now. They need a boundaries and sixes now. There are no two ways about it. Such a good team. Super strikers. Everything going against them. What a good shot. One bounce into the fence. What a shot that is. Rohan, very rare of him, you see that. He's got his hand injured now, his knee is dodgy now. "40 needed now. 40 needed. They need a couple of sixes. They need 39 more runs to win this one. Santosh, it's there, and the other batsman has to find a way to get some boundaries. Kaushal, meanwhile, has fielded well, has bowled well, has batted well. Rohan is brought little finer now. You might see another boundary or a sixer coming downtown. Yes, he does go downtown, and that would be another one. Oh, great stop. Fantastic one by Rohan. Saved 3 runs for his team. Great work. Super stuff. Oh, that's nicely done. Inside edge, that will be racing for a couple of runs maybe. That's a chance. Brace taken. (106). They need 36 runs to win this one in the next 2 overs. And 36 needed in the next 12. You may feel it is done and dusted. No chance. Jasdeep Kohli. The name itself is sufficient to bring some magic. And I remember one of the senior goalies, I have told it sometime back in this innings also. He came in at number 7 or 8. He scored that 60-70 runs in double quick time. Was man of the match. Also picked up 4 wickets into that match. So, you never know. And that Kohli was 50 plus or something, 52 or 53. And still was running hard, picking wickets and scoring those crucial runs. In fact, almost at a strike rate of 200. Jasdeep has to just replicate him. He might just be the difference between winning and losing. This is almost done. But Jasdeep, you never know. A couple of sixes in this over will do. He goes for the big one. That would be game, set and match. Yes, it's out. Jasdeep is been sent back. That would be the last nail in the coffin. The last hope. He gets out, Jasdeep. He was fighting a lone battle. He gets out. That's beautifully done. Just a single. Santosh. He bowled well. Well, let's see how much more entertainment he's going to provide us. This is like a tickling time bomb now. Any time the innings is going to get over. Last wicket, it's it's like driving into that very rough traffic where everyone wants to take over. Last ball. It might end any time. He's bowling like Ravichandran Ashwin's action actually. He's coming around the wicket and bowling leg spinners. And this is the self-destruction mode. Very unique way of bowling. See, very rarely do we see the spinners coming around the umpires and doing that. Inside it, this is normal one this time. And that was bowled with a different action. Can't comment on that. 33 runs to win now in the last 6 balls. In fact, Abhi- yes, Santosh gets one more opportunity. And so does the bowler. He's bowling leg spin, off spin, he's bowling everything together. Yes, a leg spinner put in the slot and sixer of the last ball. What a shot, Santosh. They need 27 more in 6 balls. Six balls, 27 runs to win. Can we see something really, really interesting and different? Sixer on the first 2 balls. In one of 2 balls, if it is hit for a sixer, that's going to make things very interesting. They need almost 4 sixes to win this one. 27 needed in the next 6. Oh, that's nicely bowled. That would be sixer of every ball needed now. 4 sixes and a boundary. Just mathematically. Cricketing wise, highly improbable. What a shot. This man is swinging it and swinging it hard and getting a boundary in the process. Look at him. Santosh, he does not want to relent. That is smashed. That would be just, oh, a boundary. The ball just turned, swiveled, and perplexed and flummoxed the fielder over there. 6 and a 4. Santosh is not going down easily. He'll keep fighting. Two balls, 18 runs to win. This man late into the order is enjoying his time over there. 2 balls, 18 to win. He gets a full toss. Just I wish it was little higher and it had gone for a 6. That would have made things very interesting. 2 balls, 11 it would have made if it was a no ball. 1 ball, 16 to win. They needed 27. He has got 13 in this over. A 6, a boundary, a single and a couple. he smashes it. This one's going to go for a boundary. No one's going to stop this one. Oh, brilliant stuff. Late into the order. Brilliance by that man who's wearing that cap. Brilliant work. They win this one quite easily. Anticlimax. The day started off with a lot of promise for Svkm'S. After that, things changed dramatically, and Greenlawns have pulled out a very unlikely victory. Sir Miltal Joshi is a fantastic captain and generally a very successful one. This tournament, the luck not on his side.